Today I'm doing it for the big guy.
For the Emperor!
Recently I've been getting myself back into Space Marine 2, leveling up and trying to improve my skills in the name of the Emperor. So today I'm going to attempt the new Operations Purgation mission coming with the Purgation update recently. But I'm looking for a challenge here, so I'm going all the way up to lethal difficulty, which I've literally never played before, recommended for level 25s. My highest class is only level 20, so 5 levels short, we're going in under-leveled. The game even warns me, "Are you sure about this, mate?" To which I respond,
For the Emperor!
but I'll be going in private mode on, bots off. That means I'm going in on my own, true solo.
For the Emperor!
But we're not done yet, as the Emperor said I need to do this without the UI, including the crosshair, but he did say the health bar was fine, so that's nice of him. So come on!
For the Emperor!
Yeah, I think they got the idea with that one, mate. And a quick thanks to Space Marine 2, Saber Interactive, and Focus Entertainment for sponsoring this video. If you want to find out any more about the new Purgation update, there will be a link in the description. Now I'm going to be using my main class, the Vanguard. I'll be running a bolt carbine for spraying down all the crowds of little bastards, the heavy bolt pistol for picking off any longer range annoying little enemies like cultists, and of course as a British man there's only one melee weapon for me.
Massive fucking knife!
As for my perks, I'm running with, well, this. I don't really know anything about builds in Space Marine 2, so I'm just kind of making it up as I go. All I do know is that this perk that gives me my armor back from a hit that would otherwise kill me is probably going to save my life a few times here. It's called the Emperor's Blessing after all. But you see, I haven't really delved properly back into Space Marine 2 since its release. I played through the campaign, some of the operations, and some multiplayer, because you know how it is, new games come along and then you put it in the back catalogue of the other 19 games you need to finish. So yeah, I've fallen behind. There's like 8 operation missions I've never played, and needless to say, I've been a bit rusty. I have played the new mission through once on baby difficulty, so I know there's both Tyranids and Thousand Suns to deal with. So before attempting this, I've been making good use of the new battle arena that came with the new update, because this is the kind of game where you gotta learn all the enemies, and for me, coming back to the game, there's stuff that just wasn't here before, like these chaos spawns, so I didn't really know how to fight them. These Terminators with their delayed timing always used to get me. So yeah, I love this kind of training simulation in games. It allows me to work on exactly what I want to, so I can finally get good at popping heads off. You can even practice against the bosses, which I find fantastic for me. I always seem to be finding new ways to die. There's also been a big update to the Siege mode, which I didn't think I'd enjoy, but I actually have been playing it quite a bit. There is some new stuff that's been added, like these tech priests that generate income if you can keep them alive, continuous guardsmen, and you can now put down turrets and mines. There's also perk loadouts now, as well as your weapon loadout, so you can marry up your perfect loadouts to load out your load. There's also a new Blessings and Atonement system that kind of gives you buffs and debuffs. The debuff can be changed if it's too bothersome to you for a cost, but you do get to choose blessings to buff yourself up as you go as well. The game mode's also had a bit of a rework to be a bit quicker and supposedly more intense as well. There's new bosses, the Hive Tyrant, the Mutalith Vortex Beast. So Space Marine 2 seems to still be going strong with some great additions to the game. Also, the Tech Marine class arrived a while ago, with the Iron Hands themed cosmetic skins for them coming this update. There's also some tasty relic weapons like this curved chainsword, which I am particularly a fan of. There's a new bolt pistol sidearm for the more melee focused classes. But anyway, that's enough about the update. Let's get in there.
For the All-Father!
Ah, you thought he was going to say for the Emperor, but he said All-Father. Yeah, same guy.
For the Emperor!
Alright, so we get in there with my first objective being to reach the Mechanicus facility. I stumble across my first enemy, which you would call a Thousand Sun Space Marine, but where I come from, we call them
A bastard son of Magnus!
I fly in, giving this bastard son of Magnus a quick boot to the face and then swiftly bonk him into pieces. I'm then met by a couple of Chaos Spawn, which as I mentioned, I still do struggle with a little bit, but this is gonna make me learn, and this is why I wanted to do this kind of challenge true solo, because there's no one here to save me, help me, I've got to figure it out for myself. And this difficulty is gonna punish me for any mistakes, so I've got to try and keep my armor up especially, which of course the executions are important for that. So obviously I want to try and make the best tactical decisions to keep my armor up so that I don't lose any health. Anyway, I get these Chaos Spawn dealt with, start moving through the cave, looking for ammo because I remember there not being a lot of ammo when I did this level last time. I then run into some enlightened Zangors flying around on their frisbees. These are pretty easy to deal with, you just shoot them, maybe finish them with a stab to the neck. The second one nearly got a call for reinforcements off as I was reloading my weapons, but I managed to just get it, and this kind of thing was going to be important for this run. I thought not letting them call reinforcements, because that's going to make life harder for me. I believe these operations don't scale difficulty to player count, so in theory I'm facing the same as a 3-man team, although it seems a bit light on the enemies so far. Eventually I must cross the corrupted swamp. I find myself another bastard son of Magnus, give him the same treatment I gave his friend, and then finish him with a strong slap to the forehead. I then decide to practice some crowd fighting on these Zangors and realise my blocking needs some work. I find myself forgetting to block when I'm fighting large crowds of little enemies, whether it's Tyranids or Zangors, so I'm trying to be a little more conscious and not go all offense in these situations, getting these kind of block kills. It's then time to cross the corrupted swamp, which will give you the heebie-jeebies if you stay in it too long. Upon arrival at this first small island, I do the British thing, wiping out the indigenous population and claiming I got there first. Yes! In order to reach the next island, I need to feed these Tyranids one of my boom cakes. That should draw them into the fight over here. There's also some bastard sons of Magnus to my left. I decide to stay back and just play it cool for a minute, enjoying the island I just founded, before making my move through this next bit of swamp where I seem to have ignited a race war. I just keep on moving, I let them do them. This isn't a cowardly avoidance of combat, this is a tactical advance. I'm trying to conserve my ammo, right? I still haven't found any. I take cover from all the gunfire aimed at me in a nearby cave before making my advance through the next area. I think there's a bastard son of Magnus wizard over there. I don't need that shit right now. I'm just going to keep moving, looking for ammo, which the Emperor still does not bless me with. I take out my frustrations as I always do, headbutting a blue goat. I then proceed through the next area of heebie-jeebie swamp, still no ammo to be found anywhere. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if the Emperor even likes me. Eventually, I come to a small cliff where I'm able to cross the swamp with my good old grapnel hook. Thanks, cultist, you big dick. Finally, some goddamn ammo. I didn't greatly need it now, but I knew I'd probably need it later, so this was the first ammo I'd found. I then find a bastard son fighting a Tyranid, so I try to sneak past, but as I get closer I realise, oh scheisse, it's the Terminator, my nemesis. I perfect dodge his first attacks, giving him a gun strike to the face and then a boot to the face. I sneak in a quick few stabs before he retaliates, which I managed to perfectly block, getting another gun strike. It was going great, until I was hit by some random stray rockets. That cost me nearly half of my health. I then dodge backwards out of danger, but the Terminator thrusts forward, catching me. I'm now a bit flustered from the amount of damage I've taken, and when the Terminator charges in with an unblockable attack, I zig when I should have zag. I block instead of dodge, and he catches me again and puts me on my ass. And I'm now down to just a fraction of health left. He then charges in to finish me off, this time a blockable attack, but I don't block. Oh no, my inner dark soul takes over and I combat roll away, and luckily he was one hit away from execution, which I managed to get, giving me some armor and a little bit of safety. I then compose myself and take on these advancing Tyranids, even remembering to block that little fella before dealing with this whipper boy. So, a very close call there, nearly messed it up. I'm pretty sure the Emperor wasn't pleased with that performance. That's probably me taking off his Christmas card list. So I made some mistakes there. Even at the end of that fight, I should have blocked instead of rolling, but it got the job done. I now waved goodbye to the corrupted swamp and the Terminator that had shot the rockets at me earlier, and apparently I'm still dazed from those rockets as I don't even notice more rockets coming for me, so I quickly take cover before I die in the most embarrassing way possible. But quickly, I just want to finish off that Termagant I was shooting at, so I try to line him up. The Emperor guide my aim. Let my aim be true. Bollocks. I then quickly proceed on, pretending the last 2 minutes didn't happen. I have a good look around for ammo before I come to the door where there's clearly an enlightened Zangor flying around outside. I wait for my armor to replenish and then get on with it. I'm expecting to be greeted by a massive horde of Zangor, but there's not really a lot there. So just him, gonna gun him down, gonna finish him off with a kick to the face, hopefully. Kerplonk does the job, I get that execution, and then suddenly there's a lot of Zangor around me. So I start backing up, and some of you may have noticed what just happened, which I haven't actually noticed yet. I'm thinking this is a great choke point for Zangor, and you can pinpoint where my heart breaks right about now, when I realise that the Hellbrute has spawned, and this is probably the end. But I'm not giving up. I'm not dead yet. I need to get out of here. I can't fight the Hellbrute in here. I'm rolling, I'm dodging, I'm getting the hell out of there. And you remember that perk that I said would save my life? Yeah, it just saved my life. I managed to escape that tunnel, start blasting down some Zangor. If I could just take out all these Zangor, I could deal with the Hellbrute one-on-one, I reckon. So I'm ducking and diving. I roll to escape, but... The damn Hellbrute, I forgot, he's got a ranged attack. He catches me in the back, and then the Zangor does some Slanesh stuff to me. And I, sadly, have failed the Emperor and felt defeat. My mistake here, of course, was hooking onto this Zangor and coming outside of this door. If I'd stayed inside the door, maybe the Hellbrute wouldn't have spawned and I could have taken out all the Zangor and then fought the Hellbrute one-on-one, which I reckon I could have managed. But alas, it wasn't to be. I enjoyed this though. This was genuinely my first time trying true solo. I've done a few duos, but this was the first solo. Solid fun. I do recommend everyone maybe give it a try. It'll make you think a little more strategically, tactically, and ultimately make you a better player. But there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, consider checking out the YouTube memberships or the Patreon. Otherwise...